Hi everyone. Hi Sue. Hi Tracy. Hi Hannah. Oh, thank you so much for joining me this evening. So, my darlings, can you hear me okay? Is it like really slow or is it okay? Is it working okay? I hope so. Hi Lou. I'm such a beautiful evening, isn't it? And the 1st of August. Brand new month, and it's going to be an absolute spectacular month as well. We've got the 8-8 portal coming soon. So yeah, there's lots of changes. I think lots of us can feel it in the energies as well in the air. Oh, brilliant, Tracy. You can hear me. I've got a thumbs up from Sue. Amanda, hello. Um, so, Hannah, thank you, darling. So thank you so much for joining me in this masterclass, A Peak Beyond the Illusion. I am totally guided by spirit. I was kind of guided to bring this program out last year, but it wasn't the right time, and it's just been recently where spirit has really given me that kick up the arse to make sure this is the time where I am talking about this and moving it forward. So, a peek beyond the illusion. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be particularly useful for you if you are completely new to this area of expansion of the non-physical world, the spirit guides, the waking up to what's going on in the world, like all this stuff is happening and not really understanding what is going on or why things are happening the way they are. This is going to be amazingly useful to you if you are in that truther community, if you know yourself to be awakened. And you know, you're down those rabbit holes and you're finding all this information out and you're waiting for things to happen, and you've got all this knowledge going on. This was my journey too, you know. I went down those rabbit holes, and it's been so interesting recently just connecting with other people in that community, and just sharing some of this information that we know. So this is going to be really useful to you as well. You've done your research. We're going to come to this at the end, closer towards the end of the masterclass as well. If you are aware of the whole manifesting thing, right, and you've tried to manifest, you've tried to use the laws of attraction, the laws of the universe to bring into being what you want to create in your life, and you're not finding the results happening around you, you know, maybe you're trying to manifest certain things and you're not getting those results. This again is going to be amazing for you because I'm going to be sharing some tools at the end of this masterclass that are really going to help to shine some light onto maybe something that you might be missing in that manifesting space. Okay, if you are spiritually awake, you might already be in touch with your spirit guides, you might already know who they are, you might already know your soul path, your soul purpose, but you might be finding that you're still struggling with patterns, repeating patterns, with just stuff going down in life that is just challenging, you know. Maybe you're just finding things happening and you're just thinking, what is this? What is happening? Why am I not moving forward? Why am I not moving forward with my gift? Why are doors not opening? Why am I coming up against all of these blocks and barriers in my life? Again, this is going to be so useful to you as well. And you know, maybe you've heard of the Great Awakening, maybe you've heard of the ascension of Earth and this massive shift in consciousness which is about to go down. And again, I'm going to be covering all of this in this masterclass. And like I said at the end, we're going to be sharing some tools with you to really help you to get that deeper understanding of what we can do here right now to really start to move forward. Because the change that I have experienced in my life and my experience and my world this past year, this past 2 years, and what I've learned along that journey is exactly what I want to share. Because I want to share these things because going from a place of feeling completely worthless, Completely. No confidence. Like who you see me today is absolutely not who I was a couple of years ago. This version of me now has been a version of me that has been on a whole long journey, right? But this is what I want to share with you because now I'm in this place where I just feel is so much in alignment with who I am, not physically who I am, but who I am on a soul level. And because of that, and because of that alignment, things are moving forward and shifting in my world on a monumental scale. Now, as an example of that, some of you might know I was downloaded with this huge spiritual gift of light language. And I might come on to do a bit of that towards the end of the masterclass. If you want to hear it, I'm happy to share that. But because of this, it's like I've been gifted these amazing abilities. I've created a business sharing this light language and sharing some of these spiritual gifts and being able to help other people connect spiritually and help other people move on this path. Now, I don't feel like I work in my business. I feel so aligned. You will never catch me being consistent. You will never catch me online feeling like I need to consistently post because it is my core belief that we shouldn't need to. If we are in alignment with our true higher selves, with what we came here to do, and every single one of you watching this, I promise you, you have come here to do something amazing. On a soul level, there is a deep passion, there is a desire, there is something deep inside of you, and it might be so far buried that you're not sure what that is yet, but there is something that is ready to come to the world, ready to come to fruition. And when you go there and when you dig and you find that and you bring that to the world, like I have done, everything shifts. And that's not about, like I say, putting effort in and straining against and struggling to promote this, you know. A big fear of a lot of people is being on social media, is talking about their things. Spirit literally sends people to me now. And that is insane. And I know saying that is fucking insane, but it is happening over and over and over again. People messaging me that I don't even know, that have connected to their spirit guides and have received messages that they need to work with me. Because I am in alignment, because I have received the gift that I am here to do, and because I need to share it. And so the world, the whole universe conspires to help me to shine, to bring the information, to bring the gift, so I can be a channel for that amazing energy to share it with you. And this information today is a part of that as well. So when I say everything's in alignment for me, life is easy. I barely even work. The only thing I do is just focus on my energy every day because I know my energy is the number one thing to me being in alignment with my higher self, to me doing what I came here to do on a soul level, okay? And this is what I want for you as well. I want you to be able to tap into your true essence, to understand what that thing is for you that you are bringing forward to the world, so that you can create this amazing alignment for you in your own life, so that you can see manifestations just unfold like effortlessly around you, so that people can be guided to you because you are that beacon of light as well. Yeah, so that everything just works for you easily and effortlessly, and everything goes your way, and you just move through life and you just see everything just lining up in ways that you never probably even thought possible. And this is why I brought this masterclass to you, because I want to share this information. I want to share these tools with you to help you to move towards that place of complete alignment with you, with your higher self, with what you're here to do, trusting and knowing that if you are watching this, you have been guided to this for a reason. You are incredibly special. You are incredibly powerful. You are incredibly worthy. And there is something for you to bring to the world. Okay. So let's start with talking about manifesting, right? So lots of people have heard about manifesting. If you are a person who's heard about manifesting, let me know in the comments. Has it worked for you? Have you found you've had struggles? Yeah, I find a lot of people hear about manifesting, like, right, I want to manifest a sum of money, and then they focus for a bit and try and feel it and visualize, and then realize it's not actually come to fruition. And then that's it. You lose trust in this frequency, in this law of the universe. But there's a whole world of manifesting that is not really shared on the on the big platforms, and that is what I want to bring to you. So if manifesting is new to you, I love it. I love it. Just reading the comments. Yeah. So if manifesting is new to you, take a look at the law of attraction. Take a look at Abraham Hicks, Bruce Lipton. If you are scientifically minded and you need the facts, Joe Dispenza kind of marries science, quantum physics with the law of attraction. Basically, what this is that if we want to create something in our world around us, we need to become a frequency match to what we want to create. Now, the thing is with this, which a lot of people are not aware of, is that we as humans are very rarely actually in touch with our emotions. Our emotions are our energy in motion, in our bodies. And even when we feel happy or we feel sad, that is just what we are consciously aware of in this moment. And a lot of the time it's so buried because as a child we are trained to lose touch of our emotions. It's bad to feel sad. Stop crying, don't cry. Anger, you can't be anger, bury it. Do you know what happens to every single one of those emotions? Every single time as a child that you were told off for something that you did not do, and you felt that frustration in your body, that anger, that sadness, and you weren't allowed to express it, guess what? It got pushed down into our energetic body. We are energetic beings first and foremost. So just imagine all of that trauma, because that's what it is. If we're feeling despair, if we're feeling grief, if we're feeling hurt, if we're feeling anger or sad, and we haven't allowed it to process, we haven't allowed ourselves to express those emotions, they go into our energetic bodies, and they are in here. They are stored in here. Your body knows the score. Your DNA holds millions, billions, like crazy amounts of information. It's all in our bodies. And so when we try and manifest and we think, right, I want to feel this way, and therefore I'm manifesting this, and I'm going to focus on this, and I'm going to feel it, it doesn't happen. Because 95% of your vibration is buried deep in our bodies, and we don't even know about it because we are blind to it, because our subconscious, our mind puts it away, it packs it away. It doesn't want us to feel that emotion. It doesn't want us to relive that trauma. It's trying to protect us, which is amazing. But now, as conscious adults moving forward, it's okay to be able to release these things, to be able to increase our core vibration so that we can ascend, so that we can raise our frequency, so that we can move forward and be able to effortlessly manifest the things that we want in life. And when I say effortlessly, manifesting is not a chore. It shouldn't be something that you ever try to do. The amount of times where I've just thought, wouldn't that be nice? And then because of this energetic shift inside, this journey that I've been on, which I'm going to be sharing more about you and the tools to start that journey, then these things just manifest. And I hardly even notice because I am already a vibrational match to it. It's like, oh, how did that happen? Oh, thank you, universe, for just dropping that into my awareness as well. It really is magical. Okay, so again, with me till the end, and I'll share some of these tools to really help you to become aware of some of this vibration inside you that you can shift, move out of the way, allow to process, release, so that your core vibration can also increase, so that manifesting can work for you as well. Okay, and as Hannah's just said in the comments, yes, we are always manifesting, like literally every single second. People don't think they are because all that they see in their reality is just another moment of reality, exactly like the last moment. Why? Because we are physically focused beings. We are constantly looking around us at what is in our world. And because we are that vibrational match to what is happening in our world, we are manifesting the next moment to be a direct reflection of the last moment. Okay, so we have a choice of consciously trying to focus and remember to feel better, and we laugh, Hannah and I, because we say we need to be Delulu, you know, we need to really focus on something amazing and before it happens. Or there's a choice to go deep into those emotions that are in our core vibration, release them, and then automatically we raise our vibration. Yeah, and then our reality has to shift around us. It's the law of attraction, it's the law of the universe, it absolutely has to happen. Okay, so if you are a person who is spiritual and in touch with your spirit guides, let me know in the comments. Because again, this is like a whole new world. You know, I was never spiritual. I was brought up as a Christian. My dad was very religious. We went around lots and lots of different churches, different denominations of Christianity. For me, the idea of God was some scary man sat on a cloud, like judging me and waiting to tell me off. And so when I moved into this space of spirituality, which was probably only in 2021, yeah, maybe, where are we now, 24? Yeah, maybe 2021. My mind thought that spirituality was evil, that tarot cards was evil. Right? This was my programming because of my upbringing, you know, and then I've been hearing about past lives. Well, I never thought anything about past lives. I literally thought that we were born into this life, we have an existence here, then we die, and that is it, that is the end. However, now I know, because I have been back to past lives, that they exist. I know now that I am not a body with a soul. I am a soul with a body having a human experience. And it is insane when you wake up to this. And I just love that some people, you know, have these amazing experiences as children. Were you one of those people who knew when you were a child that there was something there, there was something trying to communicate with you? Maybe you got messages, maybe you saw things, but maybe you packed that away because maybe mum or dad didn't believe you. Maybe they thought you were a little bit weird, so maybe you pushed your gift away. Maybe you never had that experience up until recently, and then recently you're just getting bombarded with all this stuff like repeated numbers and signs, and you're thinking, what is going on? What is all of this stuff? Well, the truth is, I was just reading the comment, grew up in a church, yeah. And it's crazy when you open up to the idea that, yes, we are spiritual beings. And there is a whole world of non-physical around us. Every single one of us have got a spirit team. Every single one of us have got spirit guides. Every single one of us have a soul that's had past lives as well, even though we might not be consciously aware of it. If you look into Dolores Cannon, she talks of Earth, this experience, this physical experience here, as being like a school. So just open your mind a little bit and just be open to the idea. And again, if this resonates, brilliant. If it doesn't resonate, that's absolutely fine. Because here's the thing, before we come into life, we all make agreements on a soul level. We create a soul contract. What do we want to learn from this lifetime? What do we want to experience from this lifetime? How do we want to evolve? What is our mission if we are bringing a mission? Yeah. And it's all agreed before we are born. Everything. And then our spirit guides are here to help to guide us on that soul path, to make sure that we evolve, that our soul evolves exactly as it's intended to before it came into earth. However, we have free will. Again, another law of the universe. And so we are, all the time we can just go, no, absolutely not, doesn't resonate. I am a victim of life. All of this stuff is happening to me. I don't want to know any of that. And just turn your back to the whole world of the non-physical. And that is fine, because that is your experience and that is what you're choosing to experience. Or you can take that higher perspective and be curious. If I am experiencing this thing that is going wrong, if I am going through this really hard time in life, if I am seeing this repeated pattern, maybe you're having the same bad relationship happening again and again with multiple partners. Maybe you're seeing the same money struggles again and again and again, and that was a huge one for me. What is it that we need to learn about that? What is it that our soul needs us to experience? What is it on a trauma level, like I've explained, that we need to release in order to allow ourselves to move forward through that? Because here's the thing, and I'm going to throw this in here anyway. When we talk about trauma and doing the inner healing, and again, I'm going to come on to this, our ego doesn't want us to do it. It wants us to believe that we've got nothing to heal, we're totally fine, we're in alignment. However, if we were truly healed and on a vibrational level we felt truly worthy, the universe would be aligning us to receive absolutely everything and anything that we want to experience in this reality. We came here to experience the absolute fullness of life. And if we are struggling, if we are not experiencing something that we want, if we are not able to receive money, if we are noticing that, if we are not receiving love into our lives or the experiences that we want, it is because on some level there is the trauma inside us. And so we experience these patterns in life. We ask our spirit guides, what's the next step? What's going on? And they are constantly trying to bring into our awareness what it is that we need to focus on, what it is that we need to learn, what it is that we need to let go of. And as soon as we do that, we get to move back into alignment. We get to move forward on our path and take that next step forward towards becoming our soul self and evolving into the being that we came here to be. So just be aware, if you are experiencing any struggle in life, and even if you are spiritual and you are in contact with your spirit guides and you are asking them for help, they are trying to help you to see what it is that you need to learn. This is a school, Our teachers can't do it for us. We've got to do the work. And they cannot, there's certain laws that they've got to abide by to make sure that everything is free will and it is always coming from us, right? So again, I'm going to be sharing some tools at the end of this masterclass to help you to just become more aware of what's going on, what is going on in your life, and how you might be able to get that higher perspective of what it is that's going on, so that you can move forward through it rather than just experiencing the same old patterns, the same old struggles, the same stressful situations, the same problem after problem. We didn't come here to experience that. We came here to learn from it, move through it, and create a better life for ourselves. Okay. Just reading some comments. The more you heal, the more connected to spirit guides you come. The more that you heal, the more of the light you allow into your body. So you're always connected to your spirit guides, Claire. Like everything, we have literally got them around us all of the time. Yeah. Our connection to our spirit guides, the only thing if you feel like you're not connected is because you feel like there's some resistance inside you. But we create that. Everything we create from our inside. So when we do the healing, the healing journey, we let go of those lower vibrations, you know, those lower emotions, that sadness, that anger, that frustration, that despair, that anger, that regret, guilt, shame, whatever it is. And then that brings more of the light in. When we bring more of the light into our body, that allows more of our soul essence to come into physical form, into our physical bodies. But in terms of connecting to spirit guides, we are all always connected. And I'm going to talk again about at the end how we can connect more, or not connect more, but be more aware of our connection to spirit guides. Okay. Tracy, yeah, she's done a lot more healing and her connection has strengthened. I mean, I've noticed the same because I think this journey, it kind of goes hand in hand, you know. If you are a spiritual person and you're not on the healing journey, you know, you might find you're kind of still stuck in the same place that you might have been 5 years ago, 10 years ago. If that is you, this is why you've been guided to watch this today. So let's move on to the truthers. How many truthers have I got on watching this? How many awakened people? Now, if you're thinking, what is she on about? Truthers and awakening and on all of that, this is how I started my journey. So in 2020, it was literally like the universe just took me down all of these rabbit holes, finding out all of this crazy ass information, that we literally live in a matrix, all of this scary stuff, Claire. I know, we've had a conversation recently about this. And yeah, it was difficult to find out. It was scary and difficult. And back then, all of the people in my life thought I was insane. They thought I was completely fucking mental. I was trying to tell them all of this information. I wanted to share it with the world. It's like, oh my gosh, there's all this bad stuff happening. How is nobody talking about this? How is nobody aware of this stuff? And what I now realise is that on a soul level, not everybody is here to experience the same thing, right? Not everybody is here to find out the same information. Just because that was my experience, that was my soul contract on that soul level to find out all this information in this lifetime, doesn't mean it was their idea and their idea. You know, my neighbours that I was trying to tell, they thought I was crazy. However, much of it's coming true now, yeah? We're in the Great Awakening. We're seeing all this stuff happening. It's kind of unfolding in front of us. Now, if you're curious, like what I'm talking about, this like deep dark stuff, there's an amazing documentary called Fall of the Cabal. Fall of the Cabal. Now, I will put all of these links into the email with the replay of this. So don't worry about if you've missed anything. I'll just make sure I've got all the resources listed on the email so you can check everything out. Now, it's a brilliant documentary to bring awareness to the matrix, to the system, to this sort of artificial way of living that we're all programmed into living and being, like in this slave system where we are in this 9-to-5 job, living and working for a salary, paying taxes, working for like 2 weeks out of the year, where we get a holiday, where we are like trained to go and buy the next big thing and live in this like debt slave system. It's a matrix, right? It's a matrix to keep people exactly where they are. So we never rise up and we never step into our true power. So if you're curious, have a look at that. If you are the type of person who, gets a bit worried, you find yourself, getting a little bit sad, a little bit fearful, please do not watch it. Please don't even bother, because the key points that I want you to realize today is that your vibration, your energy right now is creating your next moment of reality. And if you're going to learn all of this stuff and you're going to feel fearful, guess what? You're creating that for your future. And this is what I need. This is what I want to, the truth of people to hear. Because so many, just like I was trying to bring this awareness to people. But do you know what? With that, we are lowering the collective consciousness's frequency. It's almost like we are being guided to focus on yet another thing to worry about, another thing to struggle about, another thing to fear. Is that what we want to do? Is that what we want to create? Are we waiting for something to happen in order for us to step into our power? Are we waiting for the next election? Are we waiting for first contact? Are we waiting for the quantum financial system? Are we waiting for the humanitarian projects to be handed out to people? Are we waiting for the QFS system? Yeah? Or are we going to take our power back into our bodies? Because do you know what? That person who might or might not get elected, depending on the system that's clearly broken, has got no more power than what you have. You are just as powerful and influential as that person on an energetic level. Yeah? Are we waiting for the medbeds to drop in? Are we waiting for the aliens to come and save us? Guess what? You are the alien, and you are more powerful because you are physically here. They are not physically incarnated here. So they do not have the power that you have in this moment to change your reality. And when we all change our reality, guess what? This is the collective consciousness changing and rising that consciousness. This is the great awakening. This is the ascension process. So if we continue to look at what's going on over here and what's happening in the paper, and let's look at this clone that they are parading on the TV, or the CGI, or the masked person, none of it matters. None of it matters, because if we are focusing on those things, we are creating that as a timeline. Do you want that as your timeline? Do you want to create that moving forward? Do you want more of that? Do you want division? Us and them, look, elections, division. Is division what we want to create in the new earth? This golden age moving forward? Do we want to be worried about the chemtrails in the sky and the frequencies from the 5G towers? Do we want to be worried about it? Or do we want to just focus on what we can do right now with our energy and our focus, so that we can take control of our power, given that we are the incarnated, multidimensional beings that are even more powerful than the off-world beings, because we are incarnated at this time. And we get to use our power here, right now, our energetic frequency that is here on the earth, incarnated to move forward. I hope that makes sense. So, as promised, I'm just going to share some tips to help you to move forward, to evolve into your soul self, to your true authenticity, so you can be that light, so you can share your light and you can do what you came here to do as well. So, number one, slow down. Okay, I know that sounds really simple, but this is the first thing, and this is the hardest thing in a lot of occasions, for many people. The truth is, we live in a matrix, and it's not just a matrix of the pharmaceuticals and the banking system and the school system and all of that, yeah? But because this is programmed into us, we are creating our own matrix. I need to go to work. I need to work harder. I need to do X, Y, and Z. I am busy at work because work is expecting more of me. I need to prioritize everything else. I need to post consistently on social media because what if I'm not showing up? What are people going to think of me? What is it that you have got going on in your life? Get curious. Can you remove some of those things? Can you just turn them down, turn the volume down a little bit on them? Because the first thing to get into alignment with your higher self and step into your true power is to get into touch with you. And slowing down is the first way you can do that. So even if it is just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, just to connect to yourself, just to sit in the garden, switch your devices off, switch everything off, and just allow yourself to be. If you've heard of grounding, stick your feet on the ground, like empty feet, your bare feet on the grass, on the sand, in the water, on the soil. If it's in touch with the ground, you'll feel it. At first, I did this when I heard this a few years ago. I thought, if anybody sees me walking around with nothing on my feet, they're going to think I'm insane. And before I knew it, I had Mr. G, the in-laws, my friends, with the bare feet on the grass, and you start to feel the tingle. You feel the earth's energy coming through you. When you slow down, you start to notice the signs from your guides. You start to see little signs and synchronicities if you're not already seeing them. When you slow down, you hear that intuition coming through. Your intuition is your connection to your higher self. That little tiny whisper of a voice inside you. You sometimes might not be able to hear it. It is so quiet. But when you slow down, that voice gets louder. And that is the intuition that gives you those little steps forward to follow that move you towards your soul purpose. Yeah? When you slow down, you allow yourself to be with yourself, to feel who you are. Allow your emotions to come up. Now, this might feel a little bit scary to some people, the idea of actually allowing emotions. And you know what? At first, if it feels like depression, if it feels like despair, it's okay. You might feel completely numb at first. And again, that is okay. We have been so programmed to be so busy focusing on phones and TVs and this and that and distraction everywhere that we've not had the opportunity to really sit with ourselves and tune into our own emotions. So if we do feel numb, it's okay. Allow yourself to feel numb. The more you do it, the more you might notice an emotion come up. And again, like I say, if that's depression, if that's despair, that is okay. Now, if you are at that place, allow yourself to feel that and try and reach for something like anger, because there's a Hawking scale of emotion. And if you can just reach for the next best emotion, so then you can feel the anger and allow it to come. Because if you allow it to come, you can allow it to move through you and then it's released, yeah? Because if you are feeling despair or depression, you're not going to be able to reach that place of happiness and joy because it is too far away from where you are at. So try to get a gauge on where you're at emotionally. Be okay with being with yourself and sitting with yourself. The more you do it, the easier it will become. Okay. Number 2, be aware of what you're consuming. What are you watching on the TV? What are you listening to on the radio? What are you putting your focus, energy, and tension on? Are you scrolling on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram? What kind of content's coming up for you? Is it spiritual stuff? Is it like happy stuff? Is it uplifting stuff? Or is it the fucking shit that makes you feel fucking shit? Yeah, remember, you're always creating your next moment of reality based on how you are feeling. So if you're watching the news and listening to all that bullshit that they pump us with, guess what you're going to be feeling in your body? Guess what you're going to be creating for your next experience forward? So be super aware of what you're consuming. Be super aware of the conversations that you are having. Are you surrounding yourself with people that are fun and happy and joy and full of love and uplifting each other? Or are you surrounding yourself with people who are bitching, moaning, always complaining about what's going on in their life? If you are, what needs to happen? Is that what you want to create in your life? You know, we get to a point where we need to really protect our energy, and sometimes we need to move away from some of those things. You know, yes, we all have struggles. Yes, we all have things going on. But unless we are prepared to take that higher perspective and really think, why is this happening? What do I need to learn? What is the lesson? What do I need to release and let go of to move through this? Is there any point in completely bitching about that person, moaning about that person, complaining about that situation? Absolutely not. So you wouldn't do it. Don't listen to other people doing it. Politely, just be there for them, but maybe just move yourself away, because your number one priority now, moving forward, if you are on this path, is to think about how you are feeling, what is going on for you energetically, what is going to make you feel good, what is going to make you feel bad, and focus on the things that are going to make you feel good. Okay, you'll start to notice things moving forward for you. Okay, so again, number 3 is allow mindfulness. I've kind of already touched on this with number 1, but one thing that I want to introduce you to, if you don't already do this, is the idea of meditation. Now, I know a lot of people watching this probably are already in the place of meditating. For me, when I first started to meditate, I listened to a lot of Abraham Hicks. And Abraham Hicks talks about just quietening the mind and listening to, I think she said she listened to the air conditioner motor whirring. So obviously, I live in England. We don't have air conditioners here, but I did have a fish tank pump. So I used to sit with my eyes closed, listening to that fish tank pump whirring, and thoughts just kept coming into my head. It was constant, a constant stream. I couldn't switch my mind off. And it frustrated me because I was trying and trying and trying. And I just kept going because it did get easier. But then my good friend Natalie said to me, have you tried guided meditations? And I hadn't. So I downloaded an app called Insight Timer, and it was the best thing that I did. Now, this is a free app. There is a paid version, which is like £30 for the year. You don't need the paid version if you don't want it. I had the free app for 2 years, and it is packed with amazing meditations. Not only meditations, you've got breath work, you've got healing meditations. It's just packed with activations, all sorts of incredible things on there. Many of my activations and my experiences came through meditations on that app. It is absolutely brilliant. So if this is new, if you're not used to meditating, if it's something that you've always struggled with, I would just really urge you just to be aware of that and maybe just be open to downloading it and open to trying it. You might not like somebody's voice, that's fine. Move on to something else. You might find that just starting with a nice 5-minute meditation to start with will get you into that place. You know, there's one of my favorite guys, Stephen Noble. He has like 50-60 minute meditations, amazing, like activations, calling in all these galactic beings, and I can feel the energy in my body. It's insane. But build up to that, right? We've all got access to this. It's free. Even if you are already spiritual and you are already connected, it's like, why would we not choose to receive these activations and be able to cut cords and do all of this amazing stuff? Yes, we can do it ourselves, but I'm just putting it out there for if you're, you know, if you're not, and if you are a person as well that massively struggles with cutting off your mind and thoughts. Mr. G always struggled with meditation. Now what he found useful was cold water therapy. So just when you have a shower, at the end of your shower, turn the water right down, the water temperature, because that shock of the cold water in your body just helps to stop the thoughts. And it is just making a break in that thought pattern. It is just being comfortable with not having thoughts so we can drop into the heart. Now, before you start cold water therapy, please take time to just research it, just read about it. I don't want the blame for anybody like jumping into a stream and like going through shock, because you've really got to know how to control your breath so your breath doesn't control you and you go into panic, okay? So that's just an option. Number 4, your body. You have been gifted with this body in this lifetime to use, yeah? It's housing your soul. Yes, we live in a matrix. Yes, everything is poisoned. Yes, the chemtrails. Yes, the crops that are growing outside are covered in pesticides and all of this stuff. Yes, the processed foods are full of chemicals, addictive chemicals. Yes, everything's got sugar in it. Yes, it's a drug. Yes, coffee is on every corner of every high street, coffee shops. And what that does to your brain and your focus is insane. It just keeps your mind going so fast so that you don't come back to yourself, so that you don't get chance or even the awareness, or don't even notice, because your day probably goes so fast, but by the time you sit down on an evening, you're so exhausted to even do anything. Yeah, but this is the system that we're in. Everything is designed to stop us from coming back to ourselves. So be aware of what you're consuming, not just visually in your experience, but what you're putting into your body. Okay? Most people know the tap water's full of shite. Most people know that fluoride is not great for you. But be curious, you know. There are a lot of, I'd say, conspiracy theories, but they're only theories until they're actually proved correct. And when we look at the ingredients and we look at what's on TV and what's promoted and what we're told is healthy and what we're told is not healthy, when we actually uncover some of this stuff, some of these health guidelines and cholesterols and fat's bad for you and this is bad for you and this is good for you and eat this because this is going to do this to you. It is literally the polar opposite. So be open, do your research, feel into it. Okay. And the last point I want to share with you is to be open to the idea that you are love. You are love and you are worthy on a monumental scale. Because our whole lifetimes, our whole existence, everything is designed to make us feel unworthy. And when we feel unworthy, we are not close to our connection with Source. We keep ourselves apart from that connection to Source. But you are more worthy than what you can begin to even imagine. Do you realise The number of souls out there in the universe, in the multiverse, that are literally lined up to want to incarnate on Earth at this time. And you have managed to be here in physical form, incarnated here on Earth at this time. And then we walk around thinking that we're not worthy to receive things. We're not worthy to experience the best of everything that there is to experience. We are literally God's source in human form. We are divinity. The more of us that we allow ourselves to become, as weird, as wacky, as out there, as insane as we are, the more unique we allow ourselves to express ourselves on that level, the closer we are to that absolute essence that we are. The closer we are to our source, the more you shine. So just be open to the idea that you are worthy, that you do have a spirit team around you cheering you on right now. They are here, they are sat with you, they have guided you to watch this today. There's some, you know when you get guided to something when you see a pull, they're with you. The only thing is that sometimes they can't intervene because you've got free will. So ask them for their help. If you're going through a situation, say, please, I don't know who you are, but some crazy lady called Laura G has said that you are there, so please show me a sign. Please help me through this situation. I'm going through shit. What is it that I need to learn? What is the lesson? But then be open to see it. So if this is your first sign, you might see a white feather fall down out of the sky. You might see some repeated numbers. You might see a robin or just something. But your physical mind, the ego, of course it doesn't want to believe because your ego wants to keep you exactly where you are. But just be open to believing. Slow down enough to see the sign and be open to believing that sign is for you. That sign is from your spirit guide. And then ask for another sign. You could even choose the sign that you want to ask for. I want to see a blue butterfly, please. And just wait and see until that comes into your reality. Now, when that blue butterfly comes in the form of a picture on somebody's t-shirt or in a shop window on a painting, don't dismiss it. That is your sign. Our guides communicate with us in so many ways. You could be scrolling on social media and see the blue butterfly pop up there. Yeah, it could be on a billboard in the high street. So when you see it, just don't dismiss it, trust it. When you learn to trust and build that trust up, you will be amazed at how many more little signs and synchronicities that come. If you're asking your guides to help you through a situation, a scenario or problem that's happening, and you're feeling that resistance, I don't want to do that. It feels really uncomfortable. I don't want to have that conversation. I don't want to say those things. There might be something in that for you to work through, again, on that emotional level, to release. Okay? All I'm saying is just be open. They are always helping you. They are always putting it into your awareness. So if you are experiencing something and you feel like you're not getting any help, you feel like your team are not with you, they are. It's in front of your face. You're just not seeing it. So just be aware, slow down, be curious about what's going on around you and ask yourself, what is it that they are trying to tell me or show me or teach me? What is it that I am not seeing? Because here's the thing as well, just going off on a tangent. Our ego keeps us, it keeps us in the loop, right? In the same loop, experiencing the same things. So if you are living a life now and it is similar to the life that you lived 6 months ago, 6 years ago, this is because we are just not evolving. This is because the ego is keeping us in this place of just being safe. Just being safe. Keep doing the same thing. And guess what? Keep doing it and you'll be the same in another 6 years. But it takes time to move away from this pattern, from this programming. We are all running the programs. It's not just something that, that's happened for me. We are all literally programmed with these repeated cycles and patterns in our lives. And it's only when we are open to the idea that we are running programs that we can get curious on what we need to do to heal and move beyond these. The amount of people that I have spoken to, they're like, I've done the healing. I've not got any healing. I'm just waiting for this to happen. I'm waiting for that to happen. And I just think, okay, keep waiting. Because on this journey of evolving, the journey is in here. It's a journey inwards to get into alignment in here. And then the outside world has to change to reflect your inner vibration. Now, if you are curious on learning any more about anything that I have spoken about this evening, I want to introduce you to my new program called Beyond the Illusion. Now, this is going to be a 6-week program. Every week there is a live class with me where I'm going to be talking through and teaching some of the things in a hell of a lot more depth than what I have touched on this evening. But between the classes, there's going to be activities and little things for you to start to do to implement some of these changes. It's a journey, and the ego is going to try everything it can to keep you exactly where you are. It's going to tell you you don't have the time. It's going to tell you this is not going to work for you. It's going to tell you you don't have the money to invest in yourself because your ego needs to keep you in this place where you are. Okay? So this is a journey. This is why I want to do it over 6 weeks. This is why I want to make sure that there's exercises to do between each class, so that we are all moving forward together, so that we are all learning together, so that we are all at the same point at the end of the 6 weeks, so that we know how to move forward with those tools. So what we're going to be covering, the whole world of energy, okay? What we know on a manifesting level, like I have touched on this evening, is barely even scratching the surface of what is actually going on with energy, with frequency in this world, in this reality that we are experiencing. We're going to be talking about the whole spiritual connection, yeah? And how much more this can be working through you, how much more you can be pulling on your connection. So getting connected with your guides, understanding what that looks like and how you can connect more and pull on that connection to really get into that place of alignment and understand what it is for you to do moving forward, with the tools and the direction that you can take after the program to really help you to move forward and explore that whole world even more. And then we're going to be going into a lot of detail about what I've explained just at the end there, about this lens in which we look at the world. So you might have an experience and the person next to you might have the same experience, but their perception is completely different. Now, the way we see life, our lens in which we view life, literally creates what we are experiencing. But because this is like a lens, so imagine wearing glasses, right? We're looking at things in a certain way. We've been taught to look at things a certain way. We've looked at life this certain way all of our lives, yeah? So for me, this is 41 years of life. I have viewed things in a certain way, and therefore I have created things in a certain way. I'm gonna help you to understand what this is for you. And this is something which is a massive blind spot for everybody. Like I say, we've got our glasses on. We haven't taken those glasses off yet. Even now, I've only taken off so many versions of lenses on those glasses. It's a journey. It's a journey of being curious. It's a journey of being open. And it's a journey inside yourself to really get to know what is going on in here and how we can move forward and change and look at life in a completely different way so that we can start to receive some of these soul gifts, some of our direction moving forward to be in that place of alignment. It's going to be absolutely epic. And at the end of the 6 weeks as well, you get a free month in my membership, the Divine Light Tribe, which is packed with sessions which are all designed to help you on this journey of ascension as well. I make sure that the membership comes at the end of the 6 weeks because I can guarantee if I gave you membership now, the chances are you'd still be in that place of going, I'm too busy to do the sessions. Whereas at the end of the 6 weeks, you'll be like, holy fuck, I'm going to do those sessions because now I know how important it is and now I understand the significance of this journey and what it means for me. Okay. So that's six weeks, 6 lots of activities, and that's the live session, the Q&A sessions, and the membership, the 1 month membership. Okay, we're going to start on Tuesday. If you are watching this at a later date, that is totally fine. The only difference is that the program will be an online program. It'll be an online program and the live Q&As will be every single month, okay? So you still get an opportunity, even though you're not going to be with me live on the masterclass, you still get the opportunity to ask me those questions, to get that further clarity, to get that further guidance after each lesson, okay? So, like I said, we start on Tuesday. If you want to join me live, so the cost for this is £333, okay? An absolute steal. And I'll ask Hannah just to bob this into the comments as I'm speaking. So if you are feeling drawn to come on this journey with me, the points that I have touched on this evening are literally scratching the surface. What I am going to be sharing over the next 6 weeks literally fills my body with complete and utter excitement, and I cannot wait because I know how powerful this is going to be. Like, they've told me to do this. So I just feel like I want to just ask Spirit if there is any light language, a transmission that wants to come through. You know, maybe you're feeling the pull, maybe you're thinking, oh, this is speaking to me, maybe it's not. There's a reason that you are here, okay? There's a reason why you've listened to this content. And just feel into it. Again, ask your guides for a sign. Is this something for my highest good to move forward? If it is, can you show me a sign, please? Ask them, be open to it. They are here and they are wanting you to move forward. They are wanting you to be in alignment with your higher self. They are wanting you to focus on you and not on your day-to-day life, the thing that's been running you for all this time. Okay? So with that being said, okay, what do we have for anybody watching this and on replay? Ko ania no ko orio ko te kasia naria kiki ato korea noria sikia naria aia norio koto. Hoa ayoko ayokoto korea nana yake akoto kosonia. Hoa yaki okoto ko ayoko ayonorio kotakiasa. So ayono ayoko te ana yakikikiano ko te akosiana. Ko ayoko o korea no korea siana. Kia no o korea sikikiata. So that was a little bit of the light language. Like I was saying, when we get into alignment with our true soul essence, with our true authentic selves, with what we came here to do, what is possible and what can be downloaded in terms of soul gifts, our human minds can't even imagine. Can't even begin to. I couldn't even imagine having a gift like that. Like, channeling this and then having complete strangers message me saying, oh my gosh, Laura, I felt that in my body, that was speaking to me on a soul level. It feels incredible. And this is available to you too. Yeah, your gift might be something different. You know, the people out there now that are stepping into their power, that are bringing these amazing soul gifts out there, that are healing people. in the most incredible way and earning money. You know, this is the energy exchange when we evolve into doing what we came here to do, and the universe just provides for us because we are stepping out and we are becoming who we are truly meant to be. These gifts are available to us all, and they are insanely incredible. Now your choice is to carry on with life, being busy, focusing on everything that you've always focused on, and keep experiencing that. Again, it's your choice. This is free will. If you feel the pull inside you, there's a reason for it. So get curious. What is that? Is this something for me? Is this something for my highest good? Is this something that my spirit team have asked me to do? Okay, spirit team, whoever you are, she says that you're around. Show me something. Show me a sign. That's all you need to do. Okay. And if you feel as well that this, what I've shared with you today, is going to be useful to anybody else that you know, please, please, please share the email that I'm going to send you with the replay with this on, all of the links to all of the resources. Please feel free to forward that on to anybody that you feel would benefit from hearing this. Now, thank you so much for watching. I would go to answer questions, but there's just so many comments that have just come up that it's probably going to take me forever to scroll through them to see any questions that have come through. But if you do have any questions, just please either reply to the email that you're going to get or pop it in the comments of this video when you get the replay, and I will be sure to reply to the questions. So on that note, wishing you all so much, sending you all so much love, and thank you so much for watching, and have a beautiful rest of your day.